Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I do for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to do this format for at least one more video because it's out. I'm out here. I've got the timing. It's beautiful out. And I watched the last video that I did in this particular location. It seemed to be okay. But we'll see if I do any more. Anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm outside my driveway today. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Sumo Psycho shirt. Which, if you're unfamiliar with the band Sumo Psycho, they're a band out of, I believe, Canada, who've been at it for a while now. Like, they're not exactly a new band. I became aware of them. They were on tour with a band that I really like called Nonpoint at the end of 2023. I'd never heard of them before, wasn't familiar with their stuff, and by the end of their set, I'd been completely converted into a huge fan. Like, I just was blown away. I had basically picked up their entire discography that they had available there, got some merch, got some pictures with a couple of the band members, extremely awesome people, putting out really great music. So much so that I went over there and actually got some videos of their performance that I attended. Those videos are on this channel as well, just in case maybe you want to give them a shout, just give them a check out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the direction of their music and stuff, because I think they're a really great band. Personally, I think they deserve a lot more recognition. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why am I out in my driveway? Well, as I just stated, I did go over there. I just got through doing a review. In fact, I'll do a little boom. It's going to be a 4th of July one, but this is for 7 Select's Replenish Rocket Pop Sports Drink. And originally that was going to be the only review that I did like this. I was going to head back into my truck as I would normally do these reviews, but I decided, you know what, I'll go ahead, I'll watch back the video and kind of see how it went. And for all intents and purposes, I was willing to go with it. And it's just so nice out, and like I do have this kind of cool little opportunity where the lighting's not too bad and stuff. I was like, come on, So I decided, screw it, I'm going to go ahead, give it a shot with another item. What item does it happen to be? Well, it happens to be, boom! It is from Arizona, their green tea cucumber with citrus, because that's a thing that exists. I've reviewed a number of Arizona products through my show over the years, and I've been a drinker of Arizona for a long time. I had no idea this existed. I ran into it completely just, haphazardly out in the world, and I figured, fuck, let's give this a shot. So, let's do a thing. Can we do a thing for a thing? It's going to be the best way to do it. Ha 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 ha! And then we'll kind of do. Ha 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 ha! Let's try out an Arizona flavor I've never tried before. Hopefully it's delicious. Okay. I'm a little bit worried because, there is, of course, the cucumber lime Gatorade that exists, and that's never been my favorite. I'm guessing this is going to be similar. Similar, but more subdued, and thus, for myself, more palatable. I actually kind of like this. Because the thing is, I like cucumber. I actually think cucumbers are really good. But cucumber sort of runs into a similar problem that I run into with watermelon, which is that whenever things are flavored with it, there's always this, I feel, unnecessary need to amp up the flavor. And so you get that with watermelon. Watermelon is a very neutral, flavor. It's not a hyped up flavor. But whenever you get something that's watermelon flavored, they always crank it up to 11. Same thing with cucumber, in my opinion. And I don't want that. It almost becomes borderline pickle flavored, and we all know that I don't fucking like pickles very much. But no, this is, they amp it up a little bit. It gives a little extra something to the cucumber flavor. And I think that's basically just the citrus kind of working in tangent with it. But uh, again, it's a much more subdued experience. The green tea flavor from the Arizona is definitely still there, and it's nice. I actually like Arizona green tea. And then, yeah, it's just got a nice, refreshing cucumber flavor, and then sort of a hint of citrus to sort of open it up. I actually think this is a very nice flavor combination. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I do enjoy Arizona green tea, but this, it's just adding a little extra dimension to it. It's not completely tearing it away from what it fundamentally is. Again, there's that green tea flavor. Um, but it's just expanding upon it a little bit, you know. And I actually think that the cucumber and the citrus are a really nice flavor combination. I think they pair very well with that green tea flavor. Like this would be nice, even just as like a normal tea flavor, you know, like the proper with the bag and the whole thing. This would just be a nice flavor combination even there, but in this instance, I think this is really good. It's nice, it's light, it's refreshing. The cucumber element kind of dances on your tongue a little bit, doesn't overstay its welcome. And then it's just very nice. Yeah, I think all around I really enjoy this. I don't know, well, I'll get into that in a little bit, but yeah, I think it has a nice, refreshing quality to it, and it's like a great summertime beverage. I'm a big fan. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes and sorta. For me personally, the only thing that sort of I lament a little bit about this is availability because, like I said, I've never heard of this. I don't know if this is a new flavor, if this is one that's been around but like is more regional because sometimes Arizona has those flavors. Maybe it's a returning flavor? I don't know. But I know that I've only found it this one time. So it's obviously not terribly widespread, at least not yet. Hopefully that will change, though, because I thoroughly enjoy this. And this is something where, you know, as somebody who, you know, I don't take like a lot of long trips or anything, but, you know, I peruse around a lot. I go to a lot of restaurants and stuff. I always like to have nice stuff in my car, you know, that will keep me nice and hydrated. And this is something that would perfectly fit that. It's, you know, not a heavy drink. I think the flavors all work towards, you know, being very nice and refreshing. And it's a flavor that I already enjoy, just sort of taken in a new direction. So for me, it 100% hits. I think it's fantastic. Um, I don't know that there's really anything that you could have done to have made it substantially better, you know, in any way. It just works. If I'm recommending it, however, sure. I think this is one of those ones where, again, maybe it's more available where you are, you know, wherever you happen to be. But I don't think that this is one that is going to be as familiar to most people. Could be wrong, but if you haven't run into it, I would say try it. Unless you don't like cucumber. As neutral a flavor as cucumber can be, I do know that there are people who are very strongly against it. One of my best friends, like, flat out, if a food has touched a cucumber, he will not eat it. And it's not an allergy thing or anything. The flavor just sends him into a rage. He doesn't like it at all. While the cucumber flavor I wouldn't say is particularly pronounced, it's certainly evident, and you're not going to mistake it for anything else. So, if you're not into cucumber, the other thing I would say is, in comparison to something like the cucumber lime Gatorade, if that's what you're expecting, it's not that. Again, it is more subdued. It's a similar flavor profile, to be sure, but it's just that dialed way back. So for me, that works, but not going to be for everybody. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go out there and have yourselves a truly cucumber-tastic rest of your life, because again, cucumbers are good. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal opinion on cucumbers? Like, again, they're surprisingly divisive, you know? For me, I took to them from a really early age. Like, they were actually something that, you know, my mom would go over there periodically. She'd, you know, just cut one up, and I would just take the slices as, like, a little treat. I really liked it. But I was also kind of a weird kid when it came to flavors. Like, true story, I wouldn't eat pizza for, like, a number of years as a little kid, and it was only when my dad inquired from the pizza place we used to, you know, get our orders from, hey, do you have broccoli as an option to put on pizza? And they did. And I loved broccoli. So I was willing to eat the pizza because of the broccoli. So my taste buds were fucked from the get-go. But I'd be interested to hear, you know, kind of your experiences. Are there any flavors, you know, any items that you enjoy that maybe other people don't as much? I'd like to hear about it. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to end it right there. And like I said, this may be the last video I ever do in this format. We'll see.